So we are starting on our backs, and I'll say have your hand weights kind of ish nearby if you want to use them. A lot of the work in the front end is going to be some a little bit of mat Pilates work. So if you don't have your weights or your TheraBand for that part, don't worry about it. You'll get plenty of work. So come down onto your back. We're going to start with just some windshield wipers. So step your feet to a nice comfortable distance, and we're just warming up the legs and warming up the hips. So just let your knees drop side to side at a comfortable depth. And then as it starts to warm up a little bit, maybe you increase your range of motion. And then once you've got your legs figured out, things are going good, now you can add your arms if you like. So taking your arms into that little square across the chest, or your I Dream of Jeannie arms. And as your knees go in one direction, arms are going to pull in the other direction. And as you get this work going on, just kind of tune in and notice, how's your back feeling? How are your shoulders feeling? How are your hips feeling? How are your knees feeling? What's your energy level like this morning? And we do have our 3 speed rounds today. So just know that if your energy level isn't there this morning and you're not feeling like speed, you can always leave the speed off and do it at a slow pace. And time, nicely done. Okay, pull both knees into your chest, give yourself a light little squeeze, and then we're gonna curl up the head, neck, and chest and take it into some single leg pulls. So we're gonna alternate one knee and then the other. 30 seconds of work here. If you already feel like this is a little too much, put your head back down. But if it feels good, keep those abdominal muscles engaged, keep your chest and chin lifted, pull one knee in and then the other. 20 more seconds of work here. Nope, I say that wrong. 10 more seconds of work here. And then you might choose to stick with these alternating knees. But if you're feeling it, you're going to pull both knees into the chest. Arms and legs are going to reach out nice and long. Pull it all back up and in. But you're going to keep that crunched up position. So your abdominal muscles are pulling down. The chest and chin is lifted. Both arms and legs reach out. Both pull back in. If that's too much, go back to those alternating knees. Make sure you stay on a level that feels good. Think of this as still a warm up, but we're really firing up those abdominal muscles. 6 seconds left. You got it. Nice work. All right, end time. Now bring those knees in, give a little squeeze, and then we're going to take our legs into a tabletop position, curl up the head, neck, and chest, and start to pump the arms. We're taking it right into our hundreds. So now we're going to add the breath. You're going to inhale for a count of 5, exhale for a count of 5, belly button's pulling towards the spine. Arms are pumping. If you need to put your feet down on the ground, you can. But if it feels okay to keep your legs in that tabletop position, focus on the breath. Inhale for a count of 5. Exhale for a count of 5 as you pump your arms. Nice work. You're already halfway there. Ten seconds left. Ooh, starting with Pilates moves always makes me sweat right away. And time. Nice job. Pull both knees into your chest. Lower your head. Take a nice big breath. And now we're going to come back to that core work. So bring your legs back into that tabletop position. Right leg is going to grab behind the thigh. You're going to keep that push and pull situation. So the thigh is pushing into the hand is offering resistance. Your other hand is going to come behind your head. Left leg is going to stand up towards the sky, and then we're going to lift and lower that leg. So we're going to keep the abdominal muscles in a curled up position, head behind the head, hands behind the head, and we're lifting and lowering that left leg as you keep pushing your thigh into your hand. So the right side is staying nice and stationary, and the left side is moving. Nice work. 10 more seconds on this side. And switch. Bend your left knee, grab hold of the back of that thigh. Now right hand behind the head, right leg reaches up, and away we go. We're kicking up and down with that right leg, but keep pushing and pulling. So keep that thigh pushing into your hand, and your hand is offering that resistance. Beautiful work, you guys. And time. Woo, nice job. Pull your knees into your chest. Take a breath. And then we're going to roll over onto the right side. We're taking it into some clams. So here you're going to choose your own variation that you like best. I'm going to stick with a tall arm, and then it's going to be a clam, and then a clam with that hip lift. But if that's too much on the shoulder or too much on the knee or the hip, maybe you choose to stay on the elbow and forearm and just work on the clam. But we got 1 minute on the clock. So you're going to choose the version you like best. You can stay low, just work in the clam, feet together, knee lifts, or in that more high position, one clam and then a clam and a lift. So we get that side body working as well. In that lower position, you still have the side body working because you're using it to maintain that nice stable position with the upper body, but this is just a little bit extra. But if it doesn't feel good, you're going to leave that hip lift off. But if it feels great, keep going. You're already halfway there. Nice work. You got 20 seconds left. And time. Awesome. Now we're going to stay on this side, but now come down onto your elbow and forearm and extend your legs out. So legs are going to be at a little bit of a 45-degree angle, so they're slightly in front of you. And now we're going to take it into hot potato. So we're going to pick up that top leg, but let the toe drop in. So we're going to internally rotate the foot, and then we're hopping over and hopping behind. So you're going to let that toe touch the ground, pick it up, touch behind you. As you do that work, your upper body is going to stay as stable as it can. So you're stabilizing the shoulders, stabilizing your abdomen, and just hopping that toe forward and back. Nice work. And I often find to help stabilize it, if I flex my bottom foot and think about pushing the blade edge of my foot into the ground, it helps stabilize that whole bottom leg, which helps create a little bit more of a stable position in the upper body. 20 seconds left. Nice job. And that's time. We're going to swing it around to the other side. I'm going to flip so I'm facing out, but you spin around in whatever way works for you. You're going to set up for your clam. So elbow and forearm down or in that taller arm position, but whichever variation you like, we're lifting the knee up. You might choose to just stay with the knee, or you're going to lift and add that side body lift. So you're lifting the hip as well. You choose the one that works good. And you might find one side, your shoulder is really great and your hip and your knee is good, but the other side, it's not so great. So don't feel like you have to be symmetrical on this one. Just do the variation on this side that you like the best. Awesome, you guys. You're already halfway there. Fifteen seconds left. And time. Nicely done. Okay, come into that lower position onto your elbow and forearm. Extend your legs out. Find that little bit of a 45-degree. We're lifting the top leg up and internally rotating the toe. And then once you've got that, we're just hopping. Toe hops forward, toe touches behind, keeping the upper body stable. And then maybe if you feel like you need just that little extra anchor, you're going to flex that bottom foot, pushing that blade edge into the ground so the legs stay stable, upper body stays stable, and we're just working into those side glutes. Beautiful work, you guys. Nice. You're already halfway there. 10 seconds left. And time. Awesome job. All right, we're spinning back onto our back. And now we're going to take it into some roll-ups. So legs are going to extend nice and long. We got 30 seconds of work here. Arms are going to reach up and overhead. Use your breath for this one. Inhale as you reach up and overhead. Exhale, curl up the head, neck, and chest. Push through your heels. Reach past your toes if you can. Curl the tailbone under. Roll down the spine. Arms reach up and overhead. Exhale on the effort. So let the exhale help you come up. And then if you need to bend your knees, go ahead and do that if that feels like a more functional position. But if it feels okay to keep the legs long, imagine pushing through the heels. And you can do this up against the wall too, to push your heels and find that nice foundation down at your feet. We got 3 seconds to go. And then the next time you come up, stay in that upright position. Step your feet out to the outer edges of your mat. Hands behind the head. We're going to push the head into the hands, hands into the head. Rotate to one side, add a little side bend, come back up, rotate to center. Rotate the other way, add that little side bend, come back up, rotate to center. And then just take that at a pace that feels right to you. Alternating side to side. And then check your feet and your hips. We want to make sure our feet stay stationary so they're not moving and the hips are staying as stable as they can. Let most of the rotation come out of the torso from the belly button up. And time. Nice job. Okay, now we're going to do it into some rollbacks and then roll up, and I'm going to add a little variation for anyone who feels it. I'm going to face forward just so you can see. So you're going to roll back, let your hips lift up, and as you roll forward, the leg is going to bend and externally rotate. And then if it feels good, you're going to come up into a lunge. And then I'll turn sideways so you can see it too. You're going to alternate sides. So you're going to roll back, let your hips lift, come up, catch a little momentum, lift your hips. That might not be for everybody. So the other variation is just going to be roll back, tuck the foot in, sit up, roll back, tuck the other foot in, and sit up. You choose the lunge if it's good for your knees. If not, just focus on practicing the roll back and then practice that tuck. All right, here we go. We got 1 minute on the clock. You're going to do the variation you like best. You might choose to lift up into that lunge, or you might choose to just practice the tuck without the lunge. Totally up to you. Make sure you stay safe in your knees and your hips. Yes, nice work, you guys. Awesome. You're already halfway there. Ten seconds left. You got this. And time. Awesome job. Okay, we're spinning around into a tabletop position. We're going to start to find our way into a plank. Now you're going to choose the variation of plank that you like. If it feels good to do so, you're going to come down elbows and forearms, step your feet to the back edge of your mat, and we're taking it into a saw. So shoulders are going to come forward, push back into your heels. If that's no good for your shoulders, you can either just stay in a tabletop position and bring it into a smaller variation of that movement, or just stay in a stable plank without that rocking forward and back. But if it feels okay to be there, push forward, shoulders come past the elbows, push back into your heels. Beautiful, nice, Karen, nice work. Nice, Liz. Yes, Judy. Oh my God, you guys are amazing. You're already halfway there. Ten seconds left. And time. Nicely done. Bring your knees down, lower onto your belly. We're going to take it into some Supermans, and you're going to add some arm pulls if you want. So either start by just reaching your arms up and overhead, reach up, lift, lower back down. So we want to feel and work the muscles in the back of the body. If you want that little bit more as you lift, you're going to pull the elbows in and then reach the arms long as you lower your forehead down. Pull the elbows back up and in. Beautiful. Reach the arms nice and long. You can add your theraband here if you like, pulling apart and then bringing it forward, but you still get that good work even without the theraband or without any weights. You're already halfway there. And time. Awesome job. Okay, now take it into your tabletop position. We're going to move right into some bird dog crunches. We're going to stay 30 seconds on one side, 30 seconds on the other side. So left hand, right arm are going to reach out. We're going to pull in, elbow to knee, get a little crunch. Think about rounding the back of your body and then extend it back out. Now, if that's too much for you, you're just going to leave the toes and the hands on the ground and then slide out and then slide back in. And just focus on keeping that stable tabletop position as you use your arm and leg to reach out. But if it feels good to be there, reach out, pull it in, get that little crunch. You got it. 5 seconds left on this side. And time. Release those legs down, switch right over to the other side. Reaching out, pull elbow and knee in for that little crunch and extend it back out. And then if that feels like it's just a little too much or you don't have that control yet, leave the toes and the fingers on the ground, slide out, slide in, but try to keep your torso as stable as you can. We got 10 seconds left, whichever variation you're choosing. Nice work, Judy. Nice, Ting, beautiful. And time, awesome job. Okay, now its next round is a speed round. It's gonna be push-ups for speed. So we're gonna keep the knees down. You might even choose a tabletop variation of it, but if you can, walk your knees back just a little bit. Keep that firm belly, arms in a wide position that feels right to you, and away we go. We're pushing up for speed. Go as fast as you can while you maintain that nice integrity. So keep your belly firm. Keep your gaze down at the floor. Yes, nice work. Now, if you do not feel like speed your thing this morning, slow it down, be super mindful. But if it feels good to do so, with as much speed as you can find, push-ups are hard, so you might not feel like you're going super fast. You're already halfway there though. Yes, Helen, nice. Nice, Liz. Oh my God, you guys are amazing. 20 seconds left, you got this. Woo, and time, nicely done. All right, come on up. Now we're gonna take it into some sideways frog hops. We're gonna slow it down. So think of this as kind of mobility work. So we're gonna come down into that low squat position. Hands are gonna walk across. You're gonna pick up the feet and take it over to the other side. Pick your hands up. Hands down, pick up your feet, take it over to the other side. Now, if that little hop is no good for you, just practice it like it's a crawl. Step, step across. See if you can pick your hands up. That might be a lot for your knees. So you might choose to be in a more upright position. You'll walk over to a depth that feels good. Pick your hands up. But if you can work that little hop in, go slow. This one's not a speed round, but it is going to get your breath up. You got it. 20 seconds left. Nice work. Beautiful, you guys. Yes. And time. Awesome job. Come all the way up. Woo, that is a lot of work on the legs. Shake everything out. Next round is for speed. So take it to the back end or the front end of your mat. Nothing fancy here. You just run to the front end of your mat, give a little hop, run backwards to the back end of your mat and give a little hop. So just get a little speed and hop, run backwards, get a little speed and hop. That's all you got to do. It doesn't need to look fancy. And if that hop is not for you this morning, you're just going to give a little hoop while your feet stay on the ground. But if it feels available to give a little hop, jumping can be good for you as long as it's safe for your knees. So just make sure that you're staying within a safe range of work that is appropriate for your body. You're already halfway there. Nice work, you guys. And time. Woo! Grab a light set of weights, a little working recovery. We're going to take it into a bent over position. Arms are going to be out at the side. We're going to pull it in. Pinkies are going to hug in towards the side and then reach it right back out to the side. We got 1 minute on the clock. This is not a round for speed. So arms out at that T position, pull pinkies in, reach them out. Catch your breath. Think of this as a working recovery. Keep your belly firm so that your low back feels supported here. Beautiful. Five seconds left. And time. Woo! Nice job. Keep one weight, set the other one down. We're back to a round of speed. We're going to load one hand and then we're going to switch at the 30-second mark. So one arm is going to be up and overhead and we're just going to start a march. We're marching for speed. So get a nice rhythm, picking those knees up as high as you can. Get a little speed behind it. But as you're doing that work, the top part of the body is staying pretty stable. So that arm is reaching up and overhead. Keep your abdominal muscles pulled in slightly. 10 more seconds with this arm loaded. You got this. This is our last round of speed. All right, switch hands, but keep everything else going. Get that nice high march. Go as fast as you can, but think of this as a march rather than a run. So pull the abdominal muscles in. Arm is up and overhead. Upper body is stable. Beautiful. 12 seconds left. You got this. Woo, and time. Lower your arm down. Okay, now think of this as a working recovery. Single arm is going to stay loaded, but now we're going to alternate sides. So you're going to step back into a little lunge, lean over to the side, get a little side bend, step forward, swing that top hand around, switch hands, step the other leg back, a little side bend, step in, circle the hand around, switch hands. We got 1 minute on the clock. Slow it down a little bit. Step back into your lunge, lean over to that side, step forward, circle the hand around your head, switch hands, lunge to the other side, side bend, bring it up, circle the hand around, switch hands. As you step back, stabilize your lunge first, then take your side bend, step it in, circle it around. Beautiful, you guys, nice work. and time. Awesome job. Even yourself out if you didn't finish one side. And now we're going to grab our theraband or our booty band. So if you're using your theraband, you're going to put it around your ankles and tie it into a small loop. We want that size loop so that we can place it actually around our elbows and forearms, or not forearms, but biceps. So if you've got your theraband tied into a little loop, you just want to make sure that as you pull it apart to shoulder position, that it gets a little tug. You want to activate those muscles. The booty band also works, that little continuous loop. If you're using that, you're just going to loop it right up around your biceps and then pull apart. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to keep it there. And now, just in a standing position, you're going to pull it apart slightly to that little chicken wing. Think of it as a little mini chicken wing. Bring it back to shoulder height, lift up, lower all the way down, like you're trying to push that band into your ribs. Bring it back to shoulder height, pull apart about 2 or 3 inches, bring it in, lift up, keep that even distance, pull down, keep that even distance, bring it back to shoulder height, pull apart about 2 inches, bring it back in, lift up, lower down, let that band touch the ribs. Beautiful. Pull apart, bring it in, lift it up, all the way down, touch the ribs. You got it. Nice work. Take one more time all the way through. And then as you come back up, you're going to release your arms from your booty band or your theraband. Give your shoulders a little shrug. And now we're going to take that band and now we're going to loop it right around our ankles. So back to where we started to find that nice even distance. Looping band or theraband, it doesn't matter. The only thing I'll say is if you're using your theraband and you have those little extra tails around your band, you're going to want to hold onto those with your hands. So once you've got it kind of around your ankles, we're going to take it into our monster walk. So we're going to find that nice zigzag walk. Use your band for a little resistance, sink into a little squat, step to the side at a diagonal, and then away we go. You're just taking that monster walk up to the front of your mat. And like I said, if you're using your theraband, it's got those little tails, just pick them up so you're not tripping over them. Keep a nice bent knee position. Let that work come out of the sides of your thighs. So imagine that you're pushing with the blade edge of your foot or pushing outward with the outer edge of your thighs. Yes, nice work. Awesome job. One more time, forward and back, and then stand in a stationary position. If you're holding onto your tails, go ahead and let them go. And we're just going to take 10 hamstring curls each side. So we're going to hug the heel in towards your butt and then the other heel. Just go as high as feels comfortable, where you feel the back of your leg fire up. Sometimes those looping bands get a little finicky and they start to kind of curl in on themselves. So we want to keep it in a lower position. And time. Nicely done. All right, step out of that TheraBand, kick it off to the side, and we're just going to finish with some arm circles. Arms out at your side, reaching through the fingers, pulling the abdomen in, circling your arms in one direction. It's a nice small maneuver, but it's going to burn. So keep reaching through those fingers. Ten more seconds in this direction. All right, and switch. Go the other way. Keep reaching through the fingers. Keep that belly pulled in tight. So most of the movement's coming out of the shoulders and the arms. Everything else is staying nice and stable. Woo, and time. Nice job. Lower your arms down. Give them a good little swing in and out. All right, now the next time the left arm comes across, grab hold of the back of the arm, drop the shoulder down, take a couple of nods of your head up and down. One more nod up and down. And then we're going to switch to the other side. Bring your other arm across, grab the back of the arm, drop the shoulder down, and then nod your head up and down. One more nod up and down. And then release both arms. Give your fingers a little wiggle, give your wrists a little twirl, and then take those arms up and overhead. Bend your knees a little bit, hinge from your waist, fold down towards the ground. Take a nice full breath at the bottom. Bend your knees a lot, pull your abdominal muscles in, roll up nice and slow. Right hand's gonna touch against the thigh, left hand's gonna reach up, take a little side bend. Awesome, lift up, take it over to the other side. Nice work, lift it all up, give everything a little wiggle, a little shake. You guys are amazing. Grab your big stability ball if you are sticking around, and we will use our hand weights for the big stability ball. So if you're gonna hang out, make sure your hand weights are handy.